Hi, everyone. Halle, first of all, huge congratulations on the career high in double-double. You're coming off of three straight double-doubles before this game, too, and four in the last five games. So just how special are these well-rounded performances for you and, how they can help carry the team to victory?
I mean, it's cool, yeah, but honestly, I'm just more concerned about winning, and I just do what it takes for the team to win. So I have to rebound. That's a big part of winning. So, yeah.
Yeah. And offensively for you, what were you seeing today on the court that allowed you to break through their defense?
I was just letting it fly today. I wasn't really thinking too much. And yeah, turned out well.
Yeah, that's good. And coach, you gave Halle a hug after the game. Just how hard has she been working this season to produce results like this for her team?
Yeah, I gave her a hug and I just said to her, look, like, we knew this was coming. Um, I've said this a lot publicly. Halle Weiss is her own worst enemy. When she gets into her head and, she holds herself to a super high standard, almost too high of a standard at times, where she's got to play a little bit more like this, like just confident, not overthinking, being who she is. And I think she's really embraced that, particularly in our last two games. And again, I knew this was coming. I saw it. All the ups and downs that she's had has been building her for great moments like this.
And you had kind of three team leaders playing to the best of their abilities today in Halle, Skylar, and Jaidynn with 20-plus points each. So just how is that also a testament to the work that these three have done and how they all play in sync during games like this and just lead the team to victories?
Well, I think that's the great thing about our team is we have so many different weapons and people that can step up at certain times. And obviously Halle and Jay and Skylar's night was tonight, but it doesn't diminish the other minutes. I thought a lot of our players, everybody that played, contributed. I'll shout out Bridget Upberg again. I think she played 5 minutes, but her 5 minutes were really important to what we're doing. And so happy for these three that were shining tonight. But we have the ability to do that. And I think this is the first game where I felt like we were getting closer to being on all cylinders. We haven't had an opportunity to do that this year because of people in and out of the lineup and different things going on. And today was kind of the closest I felt that way. And I think that shows how good of a team we can be.
After the St. John's game, we talked a little bit about some missed opportunities earlier in the game. Today was the opposite, right?
Yeah.
You guys jumped out to an early lead. Things were working kind of all across the court. What was working at the start of this game that maybe wasn't in some past games?
Well, I think we were really intentional about how we started both the first quarter and the third quarter. I mean, obviously Villanova's, their record is what it is because they're a great team. And we knew we were going to have to play our best to be able to beat them. And I thought our kids were really focused on the game plan. I thought they were really focused on the areas that we felt like we had an advantage. And I think they stay locked in. And, a big thing for us was, they're going to make some tough shots. Jasmine Basco is one of the best guards in the league. She's going to make some tough shots. They're going to make a few threes. We just have to keep going back at them. And I thought our kids really embraced that and did very well.
Yeah. And in those situations where you're really efficient early on, how can you kind of make sure that sets the tone for the rest of the game rather than just being kind of a flash in the pan?
Can you repeat that a little bit?
In those situations where you're really efficient at the beginning of the game, how can you make sure that that's consistent the whole game rather than just kind of a spark earlier on?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we're striving to be. Again, we haven't been a complete team this year. We know we can keep getting better, and we keep saying we're not there yet. That word's there on purpose. We're going to continue to keep getting better, and I think we just have to keep doing what we do, staying focused on our values, our principles, how we play, and at the end of the day, it's up to these young ladies. Like when they're locked in on who they're supposed to be and how we're supposed to play, we'll be able to continue to execute that way.
Yeah, and you did have some turnover struggles today. So on days when you're shooting well and playing really well on the offensive side, what does that reflection process kind of look like over the next couple hours, couple days, and not getting too high on some things and then also reevaluating and refining?
Yeah, I mean, we have no room to get too high on anything. We still have to get a lot of great wins to do what we want to do this year. And so I think more than anything, this should give us confidence, again, of when we are locked in on the team we want to be, we can be very, very good. And when we're not locked in, we can drop things pretty quickly. So I think more than anything, again, it's a confidence thing for us. Continue to keep working, continue to understand how great we can be when we do what we're supposed to do.
And then Jaidynn, to start the game, you were kind of helping to set the tone with some mid-range shots, some layups. When did you know that this game was going to be pretty special for you guys?
Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
When did you feel like this was going to be a pretty special game for your team?
When did I feel like it was going to be pretty special?
Yeah, like did you wake up this morning thinking, oh, we're gonna have a one to remember, or what? When did that kind of stick in?
At the beginning of the game, Coach always instills confidence within the team. She always has something positive to say, so she always makes sure we're ready.
And then Halle, on your side of it, obviously career high day. How fun is it on a personal level to play in games like this where everybody's contributing and firing on all cylinders to make those big shots?
It's really fun. It's almost like you kind of get lost in it. Like, it's just like you feel like in a flow state. So that's kind of how I felt today.
And Coach, we've talked about the offense all game too and players' performances, but the defense too, holding Villanova to 14 in the first and then only 9 in the third too. You talked about those quarters particularly. So just what does this say about your team's defensive identity this year and who they are as a team, not on offense necessarily?
Well, I think defense for us is our identity all the time. It's been a little more difficult this year. But I think at the end of the day, our kids really trust each other defensively, and they know we can get stops when we need to get stops. I thought our players did a phenomenal job on the game plan, on a tough turnaround from traveling back from Cincinnati, obviously being, not having all the players available. So, in our prep was the combination of how we prep and how we try to keep people fresh. It was difficult, but our players were just fantastic on being locked in. Our practice yesterday was outstanding, so I'm not surprised that we defended it as well that we did. And again, at the end of the day, like, you win games, certainly during games, but I'm a big believer you win games and how you practice and how you approach things from a mental aspect. We did those two things really well. All right.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.